the pieces together. You bring me strength in the desert. Oh, you defend my soul. You defend my soul. No height, no depth, no grave. Nothing on earth can keep you away. Oh, you're my only hope. You're my only hope. Life and death, this truth I know. Wherever I go.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany Watley. I'm CMB's event manager. And basically, you may find me at Momentum running around with my chicken, like a chicken with their head cut off. Anyways, today's webinar is all things Momentum. It's everything you need to know about Momentum from the time you arrive until the time you depart. Actually, it's everything you need to know even leading up to Momentum. There's a lot of details and things happening. I know because I used to be an attendee when I worked in radio, and I was like, this is a lot of stuff. But it's all good, and the more you know, the more prepared you'll be to get the most out of your experience there. Today on our call is going to be the CMB team. We all have different areas that we work on for Momentum, and you'll be able to hear what you're going to need to do from registration to some speakers that are coming, to the CMB awards, all of that. And so I'm going to introduce you to them as we go along. If you have any questions along the way, make sure to use your chat button. We are going to answer those because if I talk about something or one of us do, and you're like, what does that mean? We want to be able to answer you as we go along. And so make sure to use that. We're going to be checking that. And if I don't get to you and you're like, she lied, she did not answer my question, we will try to get to those at the very end as well. Momentum is 100% a team effort. We have a Momentum leadership team. Shout out to everyone if you're on. We start in January planning out who's going to be there, speakers, you name it. And all of them work in radio or with record labels or just in our industry in general. And so it's a big team effort. We have volunteers. And then, of course, like sponsors, we definitely couldn't do Momentum without our sponsors. And so on that note, I'd like to introduce you to Michelle Youngman. She's our executive director, and she's going to talk to you about some of our sponsors and some new things for Momentum this year.
Hey, Britt, thank you. Thank you. We're so excited. And as Brittany said, we've been planning this since last year at Momentum. And so we are already covering Momentum in prayer and making sure that it's a great event. And as Brittany said, we wouldn't be able to do this without our sponsors, just like we wouldn't be able to do our webinar without our sponsors. And so we are so grateful for Joel Denver and Matt Engel and the team at All Access. And I would invite Joel to join us for a minute or two and just share with us about All Access downloads. So we have a new system today. I don't know if you've seen it or noticed that we've got much improved system going on here with our webinar provider. So forgive us if there's just a couple of glitches here and there. So Joel, are you there? Okay, we see.
Hi. There you go.
Oh, yes. Hi.
I know it's kind of a little difficult. It was like, all right, where am I? I could see you. I could see everybody. I saw Brittany, couldn't see me, but I know what this new system looks though. So thanks for having me aboard. Always appreciate the opportunity. And yes, All Access Downloads is taking over really, really well. And we appreciate all of the great support that everybody in Contemporary Christian is giving to our download service. One of the big things that we like doing is highlighting some of the new things that are coming out. And we'll be sending out the new Lauren Daigle single, You Say. It's coming first thing on Friday morning on All Access Downloads. It's the lead single to her first album in well over 3 years. And speaking of about 3 years ago, it's been that long since artist Chris August has released a new single. Last week, we sent out Nothing's Beyond Broken from his Seasons EP. That was released last week. And there's a lot of anticipation for radio programmers ready for him to make and release the slightly outside of the box music he's been wanting to make for a long, long time. Nothing's Beyond Broken is available on all access downloads right now and impacting all Christian radio on August 3rd. And since this webinar is all about the Momentum Conference in September, make sure to look for us. We're going to be there. We're going to be sponsoring not only the webinars, but a sponsor of the Momentum Conference as well. Matt Engel will be there, and I'm sure he'll love to say hi to you. If you are having any issues with all access downloads and you're not signed up for it, really simple. Here's what you do. Send an email to Matt Engel, who is our contemporary Christian music editor, and the email address is mingle@allaccess.com. That's mingle@allaccess.com. We'll get you hooked up pronto. And we're excited about the Momentum Conference, which is coming around the corner. September is going to be here before you know it. It's going to be a great time. And thanks for your opportunities and your support. And we appreciate being here every day, every week.
That's awesome. Thank you, Joel. And great singles come out, and you can find them at All Access downloads. So, and we are glad that they're joining us at Momentum for sure. So thank you. Thank you. Guys, something special today that's happening for the first time ever. We're actually broadcasting this on our Facebook Live page. So there's a place there for you to ask questions as well for those joining us that way. We want to welcome you, and we hope that you guys get a ton of information out of our date and our time today. As I mentioned earlier, we couldn't do this without our sponsors. And this year we've got some incredible sponsors joining us. Our main stage sponsor, returning again this year, Compassion International. We're thrilled to have them back. Convoy of Hope. So many of you have done some work with them as well. And then we have 3 movies that we're working with. One of them is Breakthrough. The other one is Indivisible. And we have the last one is called Unbroken. We're excited to be able to present those to you at Momentum. PAR is once again providing our tickets to Rock the Universe this year on Friday night. And so we're grateful to our PAR friends for supporting us and doing what they're doing by allowing us to go to Rock the Universe. The Momentum schedule is going to be posted here in the next couple of weeks. We're putting our finishing touches on it right now. And so check the CMB website. You'll hear that quite often today, but our schedule will be there in a couple of weeks. If you want to make any sort of meetings or outside of this schedule, that'll be a great opportunity for you to look at to see what's happening when, so that we can make sure that you're able to join us for the educational components, because Carrie Cates has worked super hard along with our leadership team in making sure that our speakers are the best they've ever been. Now, if you've been to Momentum, you know that we have lots of people coming in and supporting us through their booths. And so once again, we are going to have our Momentum match game happening. And what that means is you as an attendee will take those cards and go around to all the different booth vendors and get them to sign off on it. And then you drop it at our registration booth. And that means you will be entered to for all of our drawings throughout all of Momentum. And so you also, for the first 100 people that do it, get a really cool shirt, and everybody loves those shirts. They're fun to wear. And so anyway, it's just a fun little thing for you to do and have little swag on your body as well. So anyway, so just know that we've got the Momentum match cards coming back again this year. And if you joined us last year, you were privy to our new location at the Lowe's Royal Pacific. And so we're excited to be back there again this year. You know what? I'd love just to open us in prayer. So would you join me in prayer? One of the things we've been praying for since September is no hurricane. So as you can see, I've got my shirt that I survived. Lots of people got these shirts that were there last year. We know that flood was a 100-year flood, but we're just taking it before the Lord and continuing to ask for no more hurricanes. Hurricane-free zone is what we're calling it. So anyway, join me in prayer. Lord Jesus, we thank you for the opportunity to be in a position that you've called us to be in. We know that you've given all of us the talents and the gifts that you have. And I thank you for everyone and the way that they're using it to impact your kingdom. And Lord, we lift up Momentum to you, the attendees, the speakers, the artists, everyone involved. We just know that you have so much planned. And so, Lord, prepare our hearts for it. Prepare for us to be ready for what happens. We do pray and ask that it goes smoothly, for protection, for safety, for no hurricanes, for it just to be a great time of connection, of refreshment and encouragement for everyone that's there. Lord, we thank you for the opportunities that you give us, and we pray that we maximize them for your kingdom. In your name, amen. So that's it for me. I'm going to invite Britt to come back up here. Hello, Britt.
Hello. And if you haven't noticed, you'll see all of us, we're all wearing a different Momentum shirt. This is one of the shirts that you got last year for doing Momentum Match. So anyways. Okay. Are you guys ready? You can't answer me, but still, this is going to be exciting. Okay. So before we dive into like literally what happens Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at Momentum, let's talk about what you're going to do before you get there. Because there's some pretty important things. Like the first thing is you're going to want to make travel plans to get there. So we suggest that you be on site by Wednesday, September 5th by 1 p.m. so that you can get checked in, start networking, get the most out of Momentum already, and then that you don't depart until Saturday, September 8th around 3 p.m. because we have a lot of stuff jam-packed throughout the day on Saturday as well. So don't miss out. Book it for 3 o'clock. You don't want to rush to get to the airport or anything like that. Next, you're going to want to book your hotel because you're going to want to have somewhere to sleep. I told you, but some people are like, wait, what? Okay, so the hotel, isn't it beautiful? Look at this. It's Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort. They just renovated them. They're beautiful and nice if you didn't get to see them last year. We do have a room block rate of $179 per night, and you can get your room by going to our website, cmbonline.org. And clicking, there's like headers at the top. You'll click the hotel header under the event details, and it'll take you to the page to book your hotel. All right, so you got travel, you got a hotel. The next thing you're going to want to do is figure out your transportation to and from the airport and the hotel. A lot of this you can just do like right before or on site. All these options are on our website about how to go to and from because there's kind of a lot. So depending on how you like to travel, it's up to you, but there is a shuttle through Mears Transportation. Tickets are available at the airport. So like I said, it is kind of still before Momentum, but reservations aren't required. A round trip airfare or round trip shuttle is about $30 for an adult, $32 per adult. And they also offer not the shuttle, but the direct service as well. Or you can get a taxi or Uber. They do offer that. That's about $50 one way. So depending on how you want to go, you'll have to do that because when we were at Disney, they had different transportation. So make sure this is a new location still, that you find a ride or call a friend and see if they'll help you out too. You can also make the most out of Momentum through things that are not scheduled during Momentum, that you're going to want to sign up for ahead of time. The 5K and 1 mile run walk, you need to register for that ahead of time. When you do your registration, there's a $10 charge for Momentum attendees. And then if you have any friends or family that are coming with you or that you know in the area, there is another registration for that. That's $35 for a non-member. We'll give you more details about all of this. You can also sign up for an air check clinic. We did just find out that digital checkups are sold out, but we want to tell you more about that because next year you'll be able to do that as well. And then Momentum guides. These are for first timers, or we have a lot of students that come. We pair you up with someone in the industry. It's a great opportunity to meet new people and get shown around. But you have to sign up for all of these things ahead of time. You can't just show up and be like, oh, I want to have a guide. And then we're like, yeah, I can't. So that's all on the website as well. You're going to hear me talk about the website quite a bit, cmbonline.org. So you might as well make that a favorite so you can go back and look. Everything's up there, and we are constantly updating it. So check back, or there's a FAQ section on there as well if you're not finding something, or you can always email us as well. Go ahead and download the CMB app. When we get closer to Momentum, we put up everything for like the schedule, all the bios of the speakers, pictures, like anything you need to know is on that app. And so go ahead and do that. You can download it. You can find it under Christian Music Broadcasters in the App Store or Google Play. But the most important thing to do before you get to Momentum is to register. There are no walk-ups. And so the registration desk opens at 1 o'clock on September 5th. So you'll check in, you'll get your bag. And here to tell you more about registration, all things registration, is Andrea Hurst.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be talking about momentum. It's crazy. And I copied Michelle and I wore my I Survived Momentum shirt because last year was my first momentum. And what a momentum to start off on. So again, praying for no hurricanes. It's going to be great this year. But I did want to take a little bit of time just to talk to you about what happens at registration. For those of you who have not been to Momentum, you may be wondering what that looks like. So like Britt said, one of the first things you're going to do is come over and check in with us at the registration desk. Like she said, we will open registration at 1 p.m. on Wednesday. We will be open throughout Momentum. So Thursday and Friday, we will open at 7 a.m. and then we will be open again at 8 a.m. on Saturday. So we are super excited. Any questions you may have, again, we'll be open all day long. So if you just want to say hi, you have a question, come see us at the registration desk. When you do get there and you check in, you will get your goodie bag, which we all love. There's going to be some great things in there this year, but then you will also get your name badge. So that name badge is pretty much your ticket into everything, and you need to have it with you at all times. It's going to get you into all the sessions, and it will get you into all of your meals. So if you do not have it, you won't be able to get in, and so we'll have to send you back to your hotel or wherever you may have left it to get that. So again, just guard that with your life. Make sure that you get it with you every single day. Also, you may be wondering, if you don't know already, what is included in your registration. Obviously, all the sessions and all of that, but your meals, like we talked about with the name badge, are included in your registration. So Wednesday dinner through Saturday brunch are all taken care of for you. But if you would like to purchase an extra meal, you can do that on our website. So if you have family or a friend that's coming with you and they're not registered for Momentum, but you would like for them to attend one of the meals with you, you can go ahead and go to our website and purchase an extra meal ticket for $65. So also, Rock the Universe ticket for Friday night is also in your registration. Same thing with the meal ticket. If you would like to purchase an extra ticket for somebody who is not already registered for Momentum, you can do that by emailing me, Andrea@cmbonline.org, and I can get you instructions on how to purchase an extra ticket. And also, just like always, you will need to be at Acoustic Cafe Friday night in order to get your ticket to Rock the Universe. So that's kind of what is included in your registration and what to expect when you get there. So I just wanted to also go through some of our rates that we have right now. If you're not registered for Momentum, you may be wondering, how much is it to go to Momentum? So gold members, obviously your registration is free. Most of you have gone ahead and registered. We still have a few gold members that have not. So make sure you do that. Silver members, your registration is $589. And I think we have a slide that has all of these coming up, all of these prices, so you can see it. And then also, if, again, like I've said, you may have some family or friends that are traveling with you. If you would like them all to attend all the sessions and meals with you, they will have to be registered. So we have a great rate for spouse. It's $389, and that's for a non-industry spouse, so somebody who does not work in the industry. Also for children 10 and older, we have a rate of $389 for them. We do also have a rate for children that are under 10. So if you have a child, again, that's under 10, just email me and I can give you instructions on that. Internationals, $389. And then obviously we have the best rate of all for our college students. We really want to pour into the future of radio. So, and that's $169. So There will be no walk-up registrations though. So please, 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 please make sure you register before you come. Our registration cutoff is August 25th. So just make sure that you have that done before you get there. If you are wondering for some reason, if you forgot, if you're a gold member, you forgot if you registered or not, just reach out to me. I can let you know. I'd be happy to do that. So then the last thing to talk about is our 5K registration. We have had an overwhelming amount, not overwhelming, that's the wrong word. We've had a lot of people already register for our 5K. We're so excited about that. If you've already registered for Momentum and did not register for the 5K and would still like to, no problem. Just email me. It's $10 for Momentum attendees, and that includes your shirt and the ability to be able to run through both parks, which is super great. We're really excited about that. If you have family and friends not registered for Momentum that would like to run the 5K, registration for them is $35. You can find the link on our website. And then also, just so you know, then when you get to registration, if you have registered for the 5K, once you get your name badge and your goodie bag and all of that, we'll send you to the 5K registration line. And that is where you'll get your t-shirt, and we'll also have you sign a waiver. And then the day of the race, which is Saturday morning, you will check in, and then that's when you will get your bib to be able to run. So anyways, that was a lot of information in a small amount of time. If you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to reach out. Again, my email address is andrea@cmbonline.org. Thank you, guys.
Yay, thanks, Andrea. And you're definitely going to want to remember her address because she answers all questions about everything. So you'll hear us refer to that one too. Okay, we're moving right along. Now you've registered. If you're a man, you can keep networking. If you're a woman, we have our Women in Radio party that's actually moved to an earlier time this year from 1 to 3. We actually just sent out a release about this, the Women in Radio Tea Party. It's going to be in the Presidential Suite at Sapphire Falls, which is in walking distance of our host hotel. And it's a come and go from 1 to 3. And if you've been to a Women in Radio party before, it's going to be very similar in that we're going to have a ton of networking, some snacks and treats, and just a good time with all of you ladies. And again, this is open to anyone that is a woman in radio. Whether you work in it, you're married to it, you service music for it, you are invited. Another thing that's changed and moved up a little bit earlier is our international gathering. I don't think we have any internationals on this call. They're probably sleeping. But shout out to England, Australia, Germany, New Zealand, Denmark, and Canada, because we will see you at Momentum. And we have this time just for you to get together to talk about international radio. And so that is going to be from 2 to 3 at Momentum as well. So, okay. So women radio, men, you can come back in, check in. We have more for you. I had mentioned the Momentum guides earlier. This is something that a lot of people have requested because, again, there's a lot going on at Momentum. So we pair you with an industry pro, and they help you along the way. They meet with you throughout Momentum. They introduce you to different people and just talk with you about maybe, some things that are happening in your world. And so we pair you with that, with one of them ahead of time. You do have to sign up, like I said, and let us know, what's your area, what's your field that you work in, so we can pair you with someone that does something similar. It's a great experience to have if it is your first time, if you're a college student, or if you just want to get to know more people. Also, our Momentum Welcome and 101, that is going to be kind of like this, but more intense. It's one thing if we can tell you, your lanyard gets you into everything. But on site, we can show you your lanyard. You'll be able to go, oh, okay, I see that. I see the little numbers at the bottom that they told me about, or, the Momentum match card, you'll see that. So we'll be able to explain those a little bit better. Plus, you'll be able to meet other new people. We'll introduce you to some industry, people. And so that's a great first thing to do right out the gate at Momentum. That's on that Wednesday at 3 p.m. Okay, ready? We're doing good? Any questions so far? I haven't seen any. Hi to everyone on Facebook too. If you have any questions, remember, I know it's a lot and we're still only on Wednesday. So if you do have any questions, let us know. The next thing is our CMB Town Hall meeting and our CMB Awards. And I'm going to bring Michelle back on to talk to you a little bit more about that. Michelle?
Hey, yes. So Wednesday afternoon, we have our annual CMB Town Hall meeting, and this is one you're not going to want to miss. We've got some exciting news to share there. So we've got our board nominees that we'll be discussing, and all of our silver and gold members will be allowed to vote for our open board seat. And so you'll want to make sure that you are that you're there. And then we're also going to be talking about the state of our industry. And we always reveal our current weekly CUME as far as Christian music radio goes. Last year, we were at 32 million. And so we're excited to be able to present that at the CMB Town Hall meeting. So that's 4:00 on Wednesday. You don't want to miss that. Right afterwards, we're going to have our CMB Awards dinner. And this is just a big celebration for us to be able to share great news about people and stations and how God is using them. And so we're going to be announcing our CMB Special Awards winners. And so we have 3 awards. We have the Rob Gregory, which is our Community Service Award. We have our Scott Campbell, which is our Industry Achievement. And then lastly, we have our Rich Mullins Award. And so we have all of the candidates are up on our awards page on our website. So go check it out and shoot a congratulatory email to those people and stations that that are our finalists for that. All of our CMB Special Awards are people that have been, or stations that have been nominated by our gold members. And so right now, we are in the phase where our gold members are actually voting on that, and then we'll reveal the winners at the CMB Awards dinner. We also will be celebrating our Station of the Year stations. And so we just released on Monday who our finalists are. And what we do with that is we send all of the entries to our 5 judges. We have 4 in mainstream and 1 that's a gold member. We operate this with the highest integrity. We bring in the people that can be completely objective in listening to these stations. And so we had more stations enter this year than ever before, because last year we really tried to simplify the process and focus on what are you doing that's making an impact in your community for Christ. And so because that's what we're about, that's what our mission statement encompasses, that like helping you. And so anyway, we had a great showing this year. We're so glad just to celebrate with all of the stations that were a part of this, and just a great way to look back over the past year to see just God's faithfulness in all the different areas of Christian music radio. And so our nominees are also listed on our CMB webpage, and we will be announcing those at Momentum. We actually had a tie this year for our major market category, and this is actually, I think, the 2nd or 3rd year that's happened. So there's a total of 13 stations there, and we're excited for them. So thank you for going and checking that out. Basically, at the end of the day, we do these awards just to celebrate. That's what we do them for. And we're glad for everybody being a part of that. We're glad that we're able to do that. So we are looking forward to seeing you then at the CMB Awards dinner. So I'm going to turn it over to Britt now. Thanks, Britt.
Thanks, Michelle. You guys, Wednesday isn't even over yet. It's crazy. I told you. Okay, but the last thing of the night is something that we really feel sets the tone for Momentum. It's Momentum Worship, and it's one of my most favorite parts of Momentum. This year, we're going to be worshiping together with Bethel Music featuring Corey Asbury, Francesca Battistelli, and the speaker that night will be Bill Johnson. He's the senior leader at Bethel Church. And there's just something to be said for a bunch of Christian radio folks getting together and worshiping all at once. And so that's why we like to do this on Wednesday before we get crazy, with speakers and other things that are happening. And so this is one of the very first things and the last thing that we'll do to end Wednesday night, and you guys can go sleep and not talk to anybody afterwards. And yeah, right, you all are going to stay up and talk and then be, it's so early the next morning, blah, blah, blah. But we have a lot planned. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to break it down by days, because that's how I process it in my brain. So I'm hoping you can follow me. But one thing that does happen every day is we have our devotionals each morning. John Hall from KSBJ in Houston leads those devos bright and early each morning. Another way to kind of get your mindset right. He puts so much time and energy in these, you guys, and I've heard such great things about these morning devotionals. Another thing that happens every day that you can count on is speakers. That's why we like to educate. And then also performances. Those happen every day. So on that schedule that you'll get when you get the app and everything, you'll see who's performing, who's speaking each day. But some of the things that are outside of just like, the education and the performances are things like this. So Thursday, those special things that are happening are, we have the cohort lunch. So when you registered, or when you go to register for Momentum, you sign up for the cohort lunch. And that's a lunch that's designated to be a time of learning from other people who share the same role as you. So the different categories that you can choose from are leadership, music, programming, on air, promotion/social media, and revenue. And so during that lunch, you'll go in that room and we'll have different questions for you to talk through different things that may be happening with you at your station or whatever. And I can say that when I was an attendee, this was probably one of the most valuable experiences for me. I remember meeting with, Carol at Z88 and talking through ideas and promotions. And so this is a cool lunch to be able to network, share, get some ideas, and bring them back to the station from people that are doing the same thing as you. Also on Thursday, we have our special keynote dinner presented by Operation Christmas Child. And our keynote speaker this year is really cool. It goes along very well with our theme, which Carrie's going to share more about later. It's with Shauna Nyquist, and she's the author of the book Present Over Perfect. Our theme, if you didn't know, is You Are Here. And so I just read her book last month, and it has so many nuggets and so many helpful things. So we're really excited that she's going to be our keynote speaker that night. And then the last thing that happens on that Thursday is Momentum Mix. And this is, it's a mixer with a bunch of radio people and a bunch of artists. We have over 50 plus artists in that room that you can go take pictures with, mingle with. There's punch and just a good time to be able to see some of your artists that you love, take pictures with them, and catch up with label people and other industry people. Okay, so then on Friday, one of the big things that happens on Friday is the Acoustic Cafe. That's presented by Buckner Shoes for Orphan Souls. And this is a very unique experience with different artists on the same stage. So this is probably, I know this gets one of the highest ratings on the survey. Everyone loves this. It's an intimate setting where the artists are sharing stories behind the songs. They collaborate. It's just a really neat time. And this year, our artists are Austin French, Dan Bremnes, Hillsong Worship, Torrin Wells, and Unspoken. And so it's going to be a really good time with those guys. And new this year, you're going to want to know, because last year we did things a little bit different. We will be giving out express passes for Rock the Universe as you enter into the Acoustic Cafe, and those passes get you in the front of the line at Universal. And so you're going to want to get there on time, get your express pass, and then on the way out of the Acoustic Cafe, that's when you're going to get your Rock the Universe ticket. Thanks to PAR, and you'll get your meal voucher to use at the park as well. You must be present in order to get yours. Like, you can't send your friend and be like, hey, pick mine up, because you have a badge. Remember that badge that she was telling you about? It has to get punched in order for you to get your meal voucher and your ticket. Cool? I'm going to go ahead and pause real quick. Are there any questions? Because, that was a lot, and we just went through Thursday and Friday very fast. Okay, so, yes, Marcy. Do we buy Saturday Rock the Universe tickets through you or directly from Universal? Okay, so they've actually already answered this, but just for those that are watching on Facebook, or that haven't seen the response, you'll need to email Andrea, Andrea at cmbonline.org, and she'll take care of you for those Saturday Rock the Universe tickets. Okay, I'm going to move on to Saturday, unless anyone has any other questions. I'm checking Facebook. We good? Okay, so Saturday. The big thing that happens on Saturday is that Momentum 5K and 1 mile run walk that Andrea was telling you about. This is our... Michelle's going to probably be like, nope, wrong. I think it's our 4th year doing it. I could be wrong, but we've been doing it a lot, and it's growing. It's been really cool to see everyone get out there. I've seen so many of our industry folks getting into fitness, but this is not a race. Like, everyone can come out and just have fun with it. we just want you to finish, maybe start like the Couch to 5K. Todd Stack on our leadership team is really involved in this. And so it's just a good time. You can run with some of your artists, fellow attendees that morning, and you get a medal and a shirt. And so anyways, if you're a runner or you want to be one, or you can walk, it's called a run walk. You can do that as well. You can sign up online again or when you register. Okay, so that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all like real details. But one of the things that we kind of just touched over a little bit were all those speakers and things that are happening. And Carrie Cates has put together an amazing educational session for you guys. And so I'm going to bring her on. She's going to talk more about some of those speakers that are going to be there, our theme. She's wearing that 5K shirt that we had last year. Carrie, did you run last year?
I mean, to the buffet line.
Yeah, right. Here's Carrie Cates. Welcome.
It's a great shirt no matter what. So I wanted one. So, and we're excited this year. We're going to be partnering with I Am Second on that 5K. So you get a very cool shirt if you get involved with that. So thank you, Brittany, for all that, because it does give you a great big picture of what's going on. But let's deep dive a little on what's happening throughout those days. So we start Momentum with a theme, and this comes together through our leadership team, just really praying and seeking the Lord on what he would have for us this year. And it's a really miraculous thing when we see everyone land in the same place, and that happens every year. And this year, our theme is You Are Here, Be Present. So we're really going to focus on engaging in the moment, being present at Momentum. If you've been years in a row, then you know sometimes you could get distracted by what's going on at the office. Now, don't let your radio station burn down or anything happen to your family. We want you to take care of that, of course. But let's be together and let's truly network and engage with people, because these are lifelong relationships for you that can encourage and inspire you throughout your radio career. And then also being present with the great music that's being showcased. These artists are giving you their very best, and we want to engage in that moment and really receive from them. And being present through the educational sessions. What can you get out of each speaker? No matter what seat you're sitting in, is there something that's a takeaway for you? And I will say we really work hard on that throughout the whole conference. When it comes to speakers, we take a big picture shot and go, okay, if I'm a promotions director coming to Momentum, what can I get out of this? If I'm in business development, what can I get out of it? If I'm a general manager or the sales manager, program director, assistant program director, whatever your role is, we always want you to have takeaways. So we really try to deliver that to you, and we go based off of your suggestions and survey results. So make sure you fill out your survey this year. So let's take a look at our speakers who are going to be there this year, the ones that we have confirmed. Now, I will tell you, I can't say much, but we did just confirm, 2 more speakers. And our speaker that will be closing out Momentum on Saturday, all I can say is that he's a very well-known author. He's going to be releasing book number 61 soon. So that if that gives you any indication, he probably knows what he's talking about. So we'll be excited to be announcing that soon. Don't miss out on that, and you won't want to miss them on Saturday. But if you take a look at these people, you'll see people from all different parts of radio. And then, so Erica Farber, if you're in commercial radio, you know she's with Radio Advertising Bureau. Steve Goldstein is well known in radio as far as smart technology. He's going to be speaking a lot on that, podcasting. You know, we know and love Chuck Finney. He's been in our format for a long time and has a rich history and experience. Brant Hansen is a favorite. Tracy Johnson. Nona Jones from Facebook is going to be doing a breakout for us. And then Thursday night, we have our keynote. Shauna Nyquist wrote a book called Present Over Perfect. And so she's really going to dive in on that theme of Your Present, Be Here, and Inspire Us. And Trudy Cathy White from Chick-fil-A is going to be joining us talking about leadership. So no matter what seat you're in, you're going to have a lot to learn. And then on Friday morning, we're doing something really different that we're super excited about. You know, we always like to try new things. Alan Burns, you'll see that first speaker at the top of your screen there. This dude is legit. When it comes to our speakers, we really get involved with them and learn about them and go, okay, what do they have to offer our attendees? Alan's been around a long time, which he would totally say himself, so I can say that, I guess. He's worked in major markets in radio. He's worked at legendary stations in Chicago. and he knows this stuff. He's been an on-air talent, a program director, and then went into consulting because he figured out he really loved working and helping other people. And he's known for his research. He does a big study in mainstream radio called What Women Want. That's been coming out since 2010, that people look forward to those results. So this year, he's working with CMB, and we're doing a research project about non-listeners of Christian radio. So is there a possibility, can we bring them into our audience? What things can we do as a radio station to bring them in and get from where we are now when it comes to weekly QM to our goal of 50 million listeners a week? And that's what Alan's going to unveil. He's going to unveil that research that is in the field right now. And then he's going to talk to some programmers in our format about takeaways and what can we apply, what are ideas that we can do for our stations. And then you're going to have an opportunity to engage with this research and these people on stage. We're going to do, for the first time ever, we're doing a question and comment session in the big room in the main session. So that is really exciting. We are confident from the early takeaways we've seen that there's going to be a lot of discussion around this study, and it's something many people have wanted for many years. So you do not want to miss out on Alan Burns on Friday morning. Now, this year we'll do something that we tried last year and everyone loved it and said, please bring it back. So we're going to do it again. So remember, it's important to fill out those surveys. Breakouts. We're going to do breakouts on Thursday and Friday. The hardest part is choosing which ones you go to. So sorry to give you too many amazing options, but our goal is always that every breakout is going to be something that will deliver results for you, that you have takeaways to go back to your station. So you'll see all of our speakers online. As Brittany mentioned, the website, cmbonline.org. As more and more get confirmed, we'll keep posting those pictures, and so you can figure out, learn more about who they are. So they touched on, Brittany touched on the air check clinics and the digital checkup clinics. And those are favorites for Momentum and really unique opportunities. So if you are an air talent and you're dying for someone to do an air check session with you because your PD is way too busy or doesn't know, maybe your PD's never been on the air, you know, whatever situation you're facing, this is a unique opportunity because it's free. You come to Momentum and you get it for free. Now, here's the only problem. This is extremely limited. And when I say space is limited, I mean you need to sign up like as soon as we're done with the webinar. And if you don't, you will likely miss out because it fills up. The coaches who are going to be there are all seasoned air talent, talent coaches. They've been on the air for many years themselves and are now in either consulting or programming, or all of the above. So you'll see Beth Bacall from Fish Atlanta, John Frost, who's a well-known consultant in our format, Tracy Johnson works with Christian and mainstream stations, and Rob Wagman, who does the same. Go sign up for the very limited space online for the air check clinics. And then another unique opportunity is something we brought in last year and saw that it was, gosh, what stations need. So there's been years of figuring out how we're doing on the air, you know, grading ourselves, going, are we bringing in more listeners? Are we touching more people with a message of hope? But how are we in the digital space? So we started the digital checkups where a professional comes in and kind of looks over your digital properties from streaming to website to social media and says, okay, you could get better in this area, you're killing it here. And this year, we're super excited to have Seth Ressler from Jacobs Media, super smart guy, again, a radio guy, was on the air, program director, and now his wheelhouse is in the digital checkups. So he's going to be looking over stations and then walking through, here's where you can get better. Only problem is it is completely full. I'm so sorry to even bring it up. It's like a tease, I know. However, we'll do them again in 2019. So I want you to get excited about that and be ready to sign up as soon as we talk about it in 2019 so you don't miss out. We've got a great Momentum 2019 planned. I'm super stoked for these speakers, and I know our whole team has contributed to ideas and thoughts, and you with your survey, so please keep them coming. And Brittany, you're up, girl.
Heyo. I did want to answer a question, or actually to share with you and answer a question, that all of our main stage speakers, their sessions are recorded, and every attendee gets to get these sessions thanks to Play MPE. Somebody did ask, how do we choose if we have to go to two different ones? She's referring to breakouts, I'm guessing, and those are not recorded. So make sure if you have a friend from your station to send one person one way. I remember Michelle and I did that when we were at a radio conference. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go learn about social media. You go learn about this. And so tag team those. There are some that duplicate on the breakouts. So I guess, yeah, you're going to have tag team. Take good notes. Also, yeah, no, I just saw someone just said, hey, we do not record breakout sessions. Did I say we recorded them? I'm not sure. But here's why my brain is so flustered right now is when they threw up the picture of all the speakers, I thought, that looks like Joe Battaglia. So if you're still interested in speakers or you just want to see that speaker that looks like Joe Battaglia, cmbonline.org. That random thoughts with the Brit. Anyways, you guys, that is pretty much Momentum in a nutshell. I told you it took us like 45 minutes to talk through it. There's a lot going on. We're here to help you. Our leadership team is going to be there to help you as well. You'll get to meet some of them. Our board members, I mean, really, truly anyone that you can find will point you in the right direction for help if you have any questions. You can email us ahead of time. Again, email Andrea. She's your go-to girl, andrea@cmbonline.org. And most of the information is on our website, cmbonline.org. There's an FAQ page on there that answers a lot of questions too. One of the main questions I get, no joke, from guys and ladies are, what do we wear? And so you wear comfy stuff because it's Florida and it's hot and you don't need to wear a tie. So, be comfy. The room does get a little cold for the ladies. Like I always bring a sweater. But anyways, we're looking forward to seeing you in 2 months. I'm going to throw it back to Michelle because we are a team that believes in prayer. And we want to pray for you and your families and the speakers and really cover this event in prayer. So Michelle, would you like to close us out in prayer?
Thanks, Britt. Let's pray. God, we are grateful for you, grateful for the many blessings that you've given to us. And Lord, we just lift Momentum up to you, that you would be glorified in everything that we do and say, and through every speaker and through every artist and conversation. Lord, we just give it all to you. And I pray for every person listening, every person attending Momentum, that it would just be a rewarding time for them, and that they would walk away feeling encouraged, engaged, and equipped. Lord, we love you and we worship you in your name. Amen. Thanks for joining us today. If you have more questions, Andrea is your go-to person, andrea@cmbonline.org. We cannot wait to see you in September. Blessings to you. Bye.